Stealing cryptocurrency, especially cryptocurrency that operates on a distributed public ledger, is a really, really, really bad idea. Especially if you're a hacker looking to make a quick few bucks and you think you found an exploit in a particular exchange or a particular wallet, you think you can steal a bit of money, make a few bucks. No, you won't. It's a really, really bad idea. And we're going to talk about that in this video, so stick around. So back on the 14th of January, the Cryptopia exchange based in New Zealand was hacked and resulted in significant losses. A hacker was able to obtain access to the private keys used by the Cryptopia exchange to store the funds of users. So when users trade on the exchange and they keep their funds on the wallets that the exchange provides, well, guess what? Unless it's a decentralized exchange and you control the private keys, the exchange controls the private keys on your behalf. Therefore, they are vulnerable to these kind of hacks. We did videos about January 3rd, not your keys, not your coins. But anyway, that's not the main purpose of this video. The main purpose of this video is to highlight why hacking cryptocurrency in general for hackers is a really bad, really stupid idea. Not just from the immorality of it, but due to the fact they're stealing coins on distributed public ledgers. So every movement of the coins can be traced. This is the thing about cryptocurrency. Well, most cryptocurrencies for that matter. So we're going to talk about some of the details about this. So anyways, back on the 14th of January, Cryptopia was hacked. Now, they did the right thing. They essentially shut down the exchange in terms of people logging in and using it. They reported it to the New Zealand police, and the New Zealand police are currently investigating the issue. Now, props to this guy here, iDreamerVaults, at Shafted Tangu. He did a lot of really good work on tracking down where the funds went to and alerting the right people in the know. So I just want to give him a plug if you're on Twitter to go and follow him. Anyways, what has happened? A couple of days ago, on the 29th of January, the hack continues. More funds are being siphoned out from wallets that were generated on the Cryptopia exchange. So 15 days after the initial breach, another 17,000 Cryptopia wallets were drained of 1,675 Ethereum. This is after the initial hack, which stole $16 million worth of coins. Now remember, that's $16 of bear market prices. Now imagine what that would have been worth at the peak of the bull run. So this is a lot of money. This is a lot of cryptocurrency that's been stolen if you're valuing it in crypto and not in fiat currency. So how is this able to happen, and how are we able to track? Well, most of the people obviously watching this video are going to know how blockchain technology works, but a lot of people might not know the actual intricacies of public wallet addresses and the ability for people to track the movement of funds around wallet addresses, especially Ethereum, because the majority of coins on the cryptocurrency market are ERC20, which means they've been generated using an ERC20 contract on the Ethereum blockchain. Therefore, any coin can be tracked on Ethereum's public blockchain ledger, as can Ether. So Ether and any ERC20 token, the movement can be tracked no matter where it goes, no matter how many times it moves around. Any movement known through a particular wallet address can be publicly seen, and any funds moving around can be tracked. So these guys are tracking the wallet address that has been tied to the hack. So, the beauty of distributed ledgers. Here we are over on Etherscan, and this is the original address that was used after the hack to send the funds from the stolen Cryptopia wallets to this address. So this was the original address where all the stolen funds were sent to. Now look at this, it's been flagged, Cryptopia hack. So anyone in the world that wants to spend 2 to 3 minutes of research to find out where stolen funds have gone to and to watch for any funds moving from this address, boom, done. So how then can this person sell this cryptocurrency? What can they do with it when the address, the publicly known address, has been flagged? So we can see all the transactions, we can see all the Ether. Many of these transactions are probably other coins and are not actually individual small amounts of Ether. This Ether was probably just used as the gas for the transaction. We're not going to go into them, there's no point. But what we can see, guys, is that a day ago, funds moved out to a new wallet. Oh, look at this, it's been labeled Cryptopia Hack 6 by Etherscan to Cryptopia Hack 2. Oh, okay, they just moved all the funds and we can see exactly where it went. Here's a warning. Warning, this address is involved in Cryptopia's hack. This address is the recipient of the reported hacked address, Cryptopia Hack 1. Please exercise caution when interacting with this address. And we can see it has 30,789 Ether, worth 3.3 million. And he's probably got a lot of ERC20 tokens in there as well. Yeah, so here we go. You can see some ERC20 tokens in there too. So, Cryptopia hack, heist. The hacker really is now completely exposed. That address has been blacklisted and there's a high probability that he will not make any money from this at all. And if he does, he's likely to get caught. And let me show you why. But first, what we can see here over on Etherscan is some accounts that have been found in relation to recent hacks. And as we can see in balance, much of these hacks have still got the funds sitting in there. Because they've been blacklisted, there's nothing they can do with it. Any funds moving from these addresses is being tracked, and probably by intelligence agencies, law enforcement agencies, exchanges, analysts, security firms. I mean, the people that actually suffered the hack have probably got these addresses saved. So these people are being watched by probably hundreds of firms and various agencies around the world. So what can you do once the address has been found and blacklisted? What can the hacker do? Nothing. They can't do anything. So what was the point? What was the point? This is why it is a really bad idea to steal or hack anything. Not just for the immorality of it, that the fact that it's wrong, but it's just dumb. It's really, really dumb. So we can see here the Bancor hack has 25,533 Ether. You guys can look into these individually, into these different hacks. Gatecoin, 59,000 Ether. I mean, these are significant amounts of money sitting in these wallets. And I mean, what is the hacker going to do with the funds? I mean, they might. I personally know cases where hackers have returned funds after many, many months of not being able to sell them. They've returned portions over time to various projects. I mean, what else can they do other than just let it sit there? So, and this is the beauty about the cryptocurrency community. So, this guy, Shafted Tangu, he notified CZ, who is the CEO of Binance, of the funds moving around the wallets. And CZ says here, just checked. We were able to freeze some of the funds. I don't understand why the hackers keep sending to Binance. Social media will be pretty fast to report it and we will freeze it. It's a high-risk maneuver for them. So Binance, which is one of the most liquid exchanges in the world, have frozen any funds that have come from this address to various wallets on the Binance exchange. So the hacker can't sell anything on Binance. And you might say, oh, well, what about the other exchanges? Let me tell you, if the exchanges haven't made it public, that does not mean they haven't blacklisted this address. They have. They absolutely have. And if they haven't within mere hours of these hacks, they would have within a day. And any major exchange that has decent liquidity has know your customer or anti-money laundering. So accounts have to be set up by a verified user. And you might say, oh, a verified user might use fake documents. well, okay, but those fake documents are going to be investigated as soon as the exchanges realize that money has been, that crypto has been sold that have come from that address. It's just a huge red flag. I mean, it really is just a really, really dumb thing to do. So CZ, straight on the case, all funds locked, hacker can't do anything with it. And you might say, well, what about swapping Ethereum to Monero? Because Monero is a privacy coin and wallet addresses are obfuscated. This means that any transactions that happen Monero to Monero can't be traced. That's the point of it. It's a privacy coin. Well, guess what? A decentralized Ethereum to Monero bridge does not exist. This is a centralized exchange that facilitates these trades that still requires users to log in and create an account. Okay, so as we can see here in their terms of service, CoinSwitch has zero tolerance towards the use of its services for any illegal purpose. And even if the hacker tried to do that, the Ethereum is still coming from the address associated with the hack that has been flagged. So, you know, at worst, they might make away with a small amount of money. Because various banks, when they sell for fiat, various banks have got measures in place to report significant amount of funds that are coming into the bank in at once. So, you know, it might be over $10,000, I think, in the States. If over 10 grand is deposited, then that is flagged. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right. So this is why, guys, it is just, I just don't understand why, unless these hackers are just doing it just to be difficult. Maybe they steal the funds and then try and use extortion tactics to release some of the funds, maybe for a certain amount of Monero. I mean, I don't know. I'm just completely speculating here as to what their intentions are, because clearly if they have enough technical capabilities to perform this kind of hack, then they would understand the ramifications of blacklisted wallet addresses, surely. But maybe not. Maybe they are just quite stupid. So here's an interesting one I want to bring your guys' attention to that I only learned about recently, was the FBI agents that were associated with the Silk Road law enforcement case by the FBI. They actually stole some of the Bitcoins and then years later, through blockchain analysis, were tracked down and found guilty. And they admitted to it as well. Here's a really good article that goes through the entire case, Stealing Bitcoins with Badges, How Silk Road's Dirty Cops Got Caught. They tracked it. So these guys made an account. One of them made an account on Bitstamp, I believe it was, using a fake identity that was actually used in his law enforcement duties. But it was very suspicious. So he opened an account as this Eladio Guzman Fuentes, an undercover identity that he used work as a DEA agent. And he got done. You have to remember that all these transactions are immutable and transparent forever on the blockchain. So 10 years down the track, a clever blockchain analyst, some people with some resources behind them, will find who is involved, or they will at the least know exactly what happened. And even using Tor, you know, here's an interesting paper I found while doing the research for this video. Bitcoin over Tor isn't a good idea. Now, this was done back in 2015, so I'm not sure whether there's been updates to Bitcoin clients since this happened. But here's a paper on why using Bitcoin over Tor isn't a good idea, and how, with a small amount of resources, the identities, the pseudonyms behind this process can still be found. But the best video I watched actually was this one by A16Z, which is Andreessen Horowitz, the investment firm based out of the US. One of their, I think one of their directors made this. It was a really, really good video. And this shows you all the transactions of Bitcoin that they tracked in the months and years following Ross Albright's arrest and the case, how they tracked it to the DEA agents that were eventually found guilty of stealing the funds. Pretty incredible stuff, and they did this. They did this, a few years ago as well. So I think really the power of blockchain analysis is actually only starting to really become publicly known now. So anyways, guys, that's it for the video. I just wanted to point that out to you on, how some of these hacks just really kind of blow my mind on how they get away with it. I don't really know what happens behind the scenes, again, what their intentions are, but either way, it's incredibly interesting to see it and to track it. If you liked the video, be sure to give us a like. If you want to hear more of what I have to say, if you want to see more of what this channel has to offer, then please subscribe. Leave a comment about what you think. Do you think there's any other methods that are used? Do you think, do you think you know what the intentions of these hackers are? Leave it down in the comments below. And thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.